Okay, so this is a video review of the 2007 movie Voyager Class Incinerator figure. And the figure does come packaged in its alternate mode here. So we'll take a close look at this first and then transform it into the robot mode. It's a very nice design here. I really do like it. One thing I like about it a lot is a lot of the robot parts are hidden away underneath panels. Like the legs are here, but they're actually hidden behind some panels. You can see a bit of the arms here, but it's not bad actually. So this is how it looks from the front, side, from the top, from the back, and it does have working landing gear. So the actual plane mode here can actually roll. I'll go ahead and put those back in there. And another thing I really like about this particular toy is the sculpting. There's a lot of panel lines throughout the figure, both on top here, as you can see on the wings, on the side, even on the bottom, a lot of sculpting detail there, so really nice. Now this particular toy does have a gimmick. You have this lever here, and when you pull back on it, you can see the propellers do spin. Not perfectly by any means, but they do spin, as you can see there, which is cool. The cockpit itself actually is really cool. Clear window, or clear plastic there. It's nice. And then you have the nice color of the kind of the dark gray contrasted with the light gray. You got the nice Decepticon symbol there, which is nice on top. So let's go ahead and transform this guy into his robot mode. Now everything's pretty tightly compact. What I find works best for me, at least, is to take these panels back here and untab them. So we're just gonna untab them from the sides. Whoops, where you can do that. In fact, we'll just go with that. Sometimes it's hard to get these panels out, but I was going to suggest to actually take these panels out and then use that as leverage to get this out. But since it came out, we'll go with it. As I mentioned before, these will be the legs here. So we're going to take them and actually let's go ahead and get these panels out. And like I said, this is the nice detail about this figure in its alternate mode. These panels cover up the legs very nicely. Here we go. Okay, so now I'll take the legs, rotate them like that, and then rotate the leg around like that. So you have this part facing, bring out the foot, again rotate, bring out the foot, and then if you look at the panels here, these are supposed to come down, and as you can see, it has some of the Allspark blue on the underside of those panels. Then these panels are supposed to go down, you may have to kind of press in this part and then you can bend that down. So kind of press into here, and that will allow you to rotate the panels down a little easier. Alright, so those are the legs. We're done with the legs. And now moving on to the arm assembly. Coming up here, well actually, sorry, let's move on to the torso. You want to take this section right here, bring this down, and if you press on the bottom piece here, it's going to split apart the canopy. You can see there. And this canopy, this bit here is going to rest down in that little recessed area there. You can see this back piece here is on a spring, so as you press down with the torso, that goes back, and then you want to get this blue bit down like that. So you can see how it kind of sits there in that area, and it prevents everything from coming back out. So there is the chest. And now go ahead and untab these here, like that, and like that, and then bring out the arms. So we'll just look at it like this, and as you can see, this figure is going to have propellers for his hands, so that's pretty interesting. So there you go, that is robot mode, and the propeller gimmick still works here in robot mode. Let's see here. You can see it does work, not to the best effect, but it does move when you slide down this lever. So that's pretty cool. Alright, so let's take a look at articulation first, and then we'll get into detailed look at the robot mode. The head appears to be on a ball joint. You got these shoulders that go around, ratchets, swivel, bend here, or I should say not a bend, but more like a swivel joint, which simulates a bend at the elbow. Then you have articulation here. There is no waist articulation. Legs, of course, on a ratchet type of joint. And then you have a bend and a swivel here at the knee. And that is your articulation for Incinerator. As you can see, there is back kibble galore here. There's no way around that, but on the other hand, what that ends up doing is it does end up supporting the figure, as he is rather back heavy. I just noticed the tail fin here is of a semi-flexible plastic. That's kind of interesting. Alright, so let's get him straightened up here. These kind of give me grief here. This knee armor here that kind of flops around. It doesn't appear like it tabs in place, so it's always kind of loose and flopping around, which is kind of annoying. But let's go ahead and take a look at this guy in detail here. Starting with the head sculpt. You can see it's a very interesting looking head sculpt. We got some clear light piping, a Decepticon symbol on the forehead there. So that's looking really nice. Excuse me for a second here. You can see the chest actually has a lot of nice detail. If I can get that in shot there, it looks really nice. There's actually sculpting on the shoulders too. And you can see the color combination of the grays, the Allspark blue, and Decepticon purple here. So pretty cool. And also, I've noticed there's actually some detail on these undersides of this panel here. And you can actually make out some detail there if you look in there, which is interesting, as well as in there. So even though you're not really going to see it most of the time, they did put some detail in there. So that is pretty nice. So yeah, the robot mode is pretty interesting with these propellers. It's kind of odd, or I should say not odd, but yeah, odd I guess to try to pose this figure here. Let me see what I did here. Oh, so the arms are a little bit interesting. Oh, in addition to the shoulder articulation, you do have this type of forward and backward movement at this joint right there. So all in all, not a bad figure. So there he is, Voyager Class Incinerator from the 2007 movie line. Alright, well thanks for watching, and I will catch you guys and gals later.